What's up, everyone? I'm Damien,
And I'm Nick.
and this is the Aki Culture Club.
What's going on, boys and girls, and everybody in between? Welcome to episode
50.
50, the big 50
We're at episode 50.
of the Aki Culture Club. It is a
Holy crap.
milestone. Holy crap is right. That's a milestone right there. We should
It
celebrate
is. We should celebrate. How should we celebrate?
by having you subscribe to our channel.
For anyone who finds this, however you may find it.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah. Either way.
But yeah, it's wild. It's wild to think about, dude. I'm pretty sure I said the same thing last episode, but like I've watched so much anime since we started this.
Oh, yes.
Like stuff I would just never watch too. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we would have never touched if it wasn't for this show. So I'm really grateful that we have been able to do it and go through four almost full seasons.
Yeah.
We're in the midst of the fourth one right now, and it's going to be crazy because next season we have Attack on Titan.
Dude.
So it's going to be like a full circle almost.
And next season's Chainsaw Man too, right?
I think so. I think Chainsaw Man was supposed to come out this season, or was rumored to. So the next season, I would think, is Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan.
It's gonna be a lit season. That's what it's gonna be.
It is gonna be a really lit season. I don't know what else is gonna be coming out. I'm just trying to enjoy. I know last year I was looking a lot to, well, not last year, last season I was looking a lot to the next one. I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? But now I'm just like, I'm just gonna kind of enjoy what we're watching now.
Live in the moment, Damien.
Live in the moment. That's precisely what I'm saying, Nick.
Yes. But speaking of this season and not enjoying things, we did make it official and we dropped one.
Yes, we did. We dropped Tact Opt Destiny.
Yeah. No plot.
No plot. Yeah. It was more like eye candy than anything.
Yeah, it was cool. Music was cool. The animation was cool, but like can only suffer through we're going to drive here and then we're going to battle and then we're going to drive here and then we're going to battle again and meet a new character so many times and it just gets old.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's just I feel like that was going to be the extension of the entire show, and what we were literally just witnessing was an ad for a mobile game. Mm-hmm. Like think about Demon Slayer, for example, or Blue Period. In only like 5 episodes, it's told so much more story. Mm-hmm. Than what Tact Op Destiny was able to do in 5 episodes. It's like no comparison at this point.
It really isn't. Like no character development, no nothing. Like even Blue Period was one that I was kind of about because it's a completely new thing to me. But like starting to really like the characters that are in it. You're pulling for our MC to get better at art, whereas Tact Op is just like, okay, we're gonna fight again.
And again and again and again and again until you're like, oh my god, this is just stupid. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's our thoughts, and we're kicking it to the curb because it's trash.
Not worth the time, but we got a lot that are.
Oh, we do. Speaking of Demon Slayer, Nick, this episode you saw, did you expect what was going to happen at the end of the episode, how it was going to go?
No, and I'm in uncharted territory now. This is further than I've seen.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you've never seen the Dream Demon turn into the train.
No, I was not expecting that.
And you did not see Tanjiro's repeated suicide attempts either, right?
I think where I ended was him breaking out of the dream for the first time, because I remember that happening. But like when he was like, go to sleep and then he'd wake up, go to sleep and then wake up. I'm like, is he killing himself every time?
Every single time.
Wow.
I know, that's insane, isn't it? How many times the willpower and the endurance that he must have to be able to. And we have to think like he's not just they did do a flashback of like him doing it in the snow and where he did it originally. but every time he was put under that dream spell, he was with his family. That's what I think. It was like he was not only committing suicide repeatedly, he was doing it in front of his family, I think.
Yeah, and like even towards the end of that sequence, it was like he put him in a nightmare, and I just felt so bad for him, man. Like he's such a pure soul,
pure-hearted.
Yeah, I mean, even like when the kid was in his subconscious or whatever you want to call it, like his little spirit minions led him to where he could destroy it, just because like he's so pure-hearted. That was like what his unconscious did.
And it was like it was cool. This episode was awesome because we did get a look into all of their subconsciousness and see who they are, who they really truly are. And we did, Tanjiro, he's so pure-hearted that it's not like it's a veneer almost, like I'm only doing this to save my sister type of thing, but it's almost like his want and need to save his sister is fully ingrained in who he is as a person.
Yes.
Like that kindness is like, that's who he is at his core.
Yes, his spiritual core. Like they literally went into his subconscious. You mentioned like we got to see the other characters. I'm gonna pause on their names because is it like Totsuke, like the one with the boar? There's too many names.
Inosuke.
Inosuke, yeah. I knew he was too like hard-headed to stay asleep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was like, he's definitely breaking out of this, and like he's probably my favorite character in
great
Demon
character.
Slayer.
Great character.
To just wake up already, and of course he did, but like in his subconscious, he was there chasing around the kid that was in there because he's just like a fiend.
He really is a fiend. I love his breath breathing technique, like, or his beast breath technique. Like it's just so quintessentially Inosuke, like that. Some people have fire, wind, or like, thunder, and he's fucking beast breath. Like it just, and I love about him is that he has a very feminine facial features too. So when he takes off his boar helmet, he has like the face of a girl character. It's just they did him so dirty but so great,
And he's so like one track simple minded that it's funny. Like when he was just ramming his head into the train in the earlier episodes, it's just like that is you.
Yeah.
I forgot a lot about this show because it's been a while since season 1, and I was like a lot of it started to come back to me in this episode. Like the demon lord or whatever you want to call him, like the higher up demon, like he can give his blood to other demons to make them more powerful. Like I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, and those who can't handle his blood just die immediately.
Yeah, and like the sleep demon he was like, oh, he pointed out Tanjiro's earrings and was like, oh, the earrings, like this is my chance to get blood from the commander. I forget what they call him. Like I forgot that so much happened. I also forgot that Nezuko was so that small.
Yeah, she changes size.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
because she was like a little baby.
Yeah, she was like a little, like she fits in the box, and then when she needs to, like, if she wants to fight, she grows and gets like bigger. I don't know if she gets bigger than what she was in the beginning of the show. I think she does. And she becomes like a husky demon. Not like big, but like she becomes like enough to fight. And then she needs to go to sleep for a really long time.
Yeah, because she can't eat. So her way of like restoring energy is by sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's so adorable too.
Yeah, she really is. She's a great character. It's not every day that you see, or every show even, that like they take a character, make them what would be evil, and then like let them join on for the ride. It's usually like they took his whole family, or they stole his sister, and like she's like in like a castle or something like that. But it's like, no, it's like they turned her not evil. They turned her into a demon, and she's like fighting the, like, her herself is a great character because she's fighting the intrinsic desire to kill humans
this whole time. Like she has to wear a thing over her mouth because she like it would only be natural to her now that she's a demon to eat humans to sustain herself. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, it is a great character and like perfect, like a perfect merch character. Like everyone wants to buy like a Nezuko Funko Pop.
Oh my God.
You know,
I was driving back from grocery shopping on Sunday and I pulled up next to a Honda Civic and the kid had, it was all Nezuko. Everything was Nezuko. It was all the peakers that I've seen on Instagram, like the full die cut bodies. Like he had it on the dash. Like it was all Nezuko. And I was like, all right, bro. Like
it might be a little much. Would you do that with Urza? Urza Scarlet?
Yeah, I do have a few. I don't know the names of the Instagram accounts, but there's a lot of people that do like anime illustration stickers and sell them online. And there are a few Urza Scarlet ones, and I'm like, I really do want this Urza Scarlet one. But then it'd be weird. I don't know. There's a quintessential quintuplets license plate cover that I was like, oh, I really want that. But then again, like it's all 5 redheads and like, I don't know. I don't want to feed. I can't be feeding into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I people, I don't know.
You give off some different vibes.
Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, I can't.
And then you step out of the car and you're what, like 6'4", this giant dude, and he's got anime girls on his car. It's a weird vibe.
It's a weird look. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun, if they're not like, if they're just like the characters as they are, not like super sexualized. Like some people do like sexualize Nezuko. Like she's 15. Like they put her in the bikini and then they put the sticker on their car, and it's like,
that's weird.
She's 15, bruh. Like, what are you doing? Like you can like the character and have stickers and merch and normal shit, but when you start doing like extra stuff like that, where it's like, that's not right.
Yeah, I never understood it.
Well, let's not do that,
Yeah. I would get like a peeper. Is that what they're called? Peepers?
Yeah.
I'd get a peeper or two. I don't know if I put them in my car, but I put them like on my desk or something.
Yeah. That's what I have a few too. I think I have them. Hold on a second.
Show us your merch.
I do have a few already, actually.
I'm gonna guess Fairy Tale. Full Metal Alchemist. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
You would be wrong, actually.
Really?
You would be. And they are all men, actually. None of them are women. I have Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay. So I have Gojo doing his like little peeker John. Flips up the eye. That's fucking cool. And then I have Yuji as just normal finger in the mouth. And then as Sakuna. And then I have Eden Yeager. Turn it into the Titan,
So cool.
So just like, then I have this last one, and I wanted to put these on my car, but I was like, let's say Levi.
That one might be my favorite one.
Cleaning Levi. I don't know if you can fully see it. Yeah, cleaning Levi, normal, and then very bloodied up, because if you watch the last season, you would know why.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have any Tokyo Revengers.
This one person that I follow just made two, like the whole group, and I'm like, oh man, I fucking want that. I'm down bad for that. They have a Mikey. Someone did a Mikey and a Draken one. They just look very into each other sexually when they're looking at each other. I'm like, I don't know. Like you can ship them if you want, Like one time I was looking for a photo of them to like put on like one of our pages, and it was literally like a fan photo of them kissing and like Mikey on his tippy toes and his like hair back. And like it was kind of scarring.
Dude, that's Mikey, man. You don't do that.
I was like, okay, like if people they want to ship, you can ship,
So check out our second channel, Aki Culture Club 2, where Damien unboxes all of his peepers that he gets.
My
solely all it is.
It's just a Peeper channel. That's all we got. And some merch. But yeah, with Demon Slayer, I'm glad that we're at this point now where you haven't seen, because I can almost guarantee you won't be able to guess what happens next. And I'm really excited for it.
The way that you've talked about this, like you told me it's a whole roller coaster ride, the movie. And like,
yes,
it just makes me think someone's going to die. And I'm like, I don't want any of them to die. And I don't want you to say anything. I don't want you to react. You're doing very good at it. But like, that's where my head goes.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. I'm really happy. I don't mind that they made it into a movie just because to see it on the big screen was really amazing. And it's fun to rewatch it as a TV show, as in the series. So, I mean, you could watch the movie tonight and figure out what happens, but you could, but it's a good one.
That like the scene where he's fighting on top of the train and like it's like, I think it was like fifth technique water breathing, like that would have been so cool on the screen.
Oh my god, I wish I saw an IMAX though, because damn, that would have been. I'm just trying to think. Damn, IMAX. Yeah, I just saw it in like a regular movie theater.
Yeah, still really cool though.
Yeah, still really rad. Did you see? I don't think I talked about this at all. Maybe I did. I saw the My Hero Academia movie in theaters.
I think you told me, but you didn't tell our listeners.
Oh yeah. I saw My Hero Academia movie in theaters. I can see they did play it off of the Endeavor Agency arc, like because that's how they get to where they're going. But it was really awesome to see the heroes leave Japan, and they went to what I think was Portugal, and they did a whole adventure in Portugal.
That's kind of cool.
And it was really awesome. They fought, the villain had a very, very unique power or quirk that I've never seen like be replicated in another show. So that was really cool. And it probably has at one point, but I just don't know about it.
Spoil it. What was it?
Oh, it was reflection.
So like if you hit him, you get hit back.
Yeah. Whatever power you throw at him, he'll throw it right back to you.
That's
in the same
cool.
And he never gets hurt.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. And Todoroki has to fight someone that's different. And then Bakugo has to fight people that are different. And they're fighting people that are definitely like not stronger, but their quirks definitely are. Like Bakugo has to fight someone who's very, very fast and uses like a chain whip. And he's like faster than Bakugo. So it's like, and there's actually two of them. So he's fighting two at the same time. And then Todoroki's fighting like another big ass thing. That's really powerful. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I think it's still in theaters. So if you know, go check it out.
I might have to. So we saw like a 2-second scene from the movie before, and made a whole bunch of predictions off of it where it was like Bakugo and Deku were like kind of combining powers. Did that happen in the movie? Or maybe it was, I don't know if it was from the movie. Do you remember what I'm talking about? They're like shooting up in the air. Did that happen?
Yeah. I don't think so, actually.
So maybe that wasn't movie. Maybe that's actually canon.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know, actually. I don't want to look it up because I'm not up to date on the manga. So yeah, if anyone knows, I don't remember necessarily if they combine powers or not. I can't remember. So if anyone knows, that'd be great.
I would. Leave a comment. Let us know. Yeah, I mean that's Demon Slayer. It's picking up. That's the only way to describe it. Shit's getting real right now.
Oh, it is, Nick. Oh, it is. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. Next week. It's episode 5. So we have was it episode 5? No, it was episode 4. So 5, 6, 7, 3 more left.
Don't make me wait.
You're gonna have to wait.
It's gonna leave on a cliffhanger too. Damn.
The end of the movie?
No, the end of this 7-episode stretch.
Yeah, after every episode, definitely will be a cliffhanger for sure. Episode 6, and you're gonna be real upset at the end of that. You're gonna be like, okay, what the fuck happens next? I definitely need to watch the movie because I'm not just letting this just go to like nothing. Like I need to see the last 20 minutes.
All right.
And it's actually one of the like my like a very, very good fight. A very good fight happens.
You heard it here. I can't wait.
Yeah, very, very good fight. Like just UFO table just takes it like up a notch.
Dude, I can't wait. I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty easy to say Demon Slayer is my favorite of the season.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's just like the perfect anime.
It is. It's such a good one to just be like, here, let's watch this one as the introduction, and then you watch it and you're like, holy shit. If this is anime, then I want to watch it. And then you tell them to watch Attack on Titan, and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then you're like, like I hope I didn't like raise your stakes so high because like there's 100 other really amazing shows, but they're just going to be different than these two, unfortunately.
I just one more thing. I forgot how brutal the scene was when he walked in on his family dead because we saw a flashback of it, and I was like, oh man, that's rough, man.
It's a dead kids club, Nick. They're just all dead on the ground. You're just like, holy crap,
blood everywhere. It was bad.
It's not a good look, I will say that.
It was not. Man, all right. Where do we go next, though?
Okay, I think we should go to the aristocrat.
Okay,
that's what I'm calling it, the aristocrat,
not assassin.
There's so many other shows with the word assassin in it that I just think the word, like, I don't know any other shows that have the word aristocrat in it. So I don't know. Aristocrat, assassin, aristocrat. I don't know.
Aristocratin.
I like that actually. Aristocratin. And then the episode's called Qualifications of an Assassin.
Yeah, I'm really glad we didn't drop this.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it's good. I watched this one a couple days ago, so I'm gonna need you to delete this, but I do remember the main things that happens.
So, like, the episode started out with like his father Loki thinking that Tart was like a spy, and then he went into his whole like Lou went into his whole spiel and like how he knows that she's not a real spy because he's watched her breathing and her blinking and the way that she speaks and like the way that she perspires, which is kind of weird. And then like, you know, all the other range of things that he's like analyzing about her as into their day-to-day reaction as he acts like a normal human being.
Yeah. Does this dude ever just like, I don't know, drink a cup of tea and chill?
I don't think he ever has. And it kind of sucks. Like he went through his whole like human life as a brutal assassin, and then he gets reincarnated and he's just literally doing the same damn thing, just with a little bit of more of a like an actual loving family.
Yeah.
And like that's the only difference.
Yeah, and it's all just like a facade. He's just putting on a facade of a little kid.
Yeah, like they're like, oh my God, you're 12 years old and you're so powerful. And he's like, yeah, I am powerful for 12. Like, like he wasn't like a grown ass man, not like 12 years ago, you know, like, come on. Like, no, they do that in the Faraway Paladin too. They're like, oh, you've progressed so much. You were talking when you were 6 months old. And it's like, well, it's because I already knew all the words, you know, and I just didn't know how to like use the vocal cords just yet. But yeah, I think that's a common trope in these isekai shows where they're just like, I don't know how you are so advanced, and they're like, well, I'm actually another person. So anyway, he ends up having to fight his dad, right? And him and his dad are swinging on each other, and he eventually like puts the knife to his dad's throat and catches him off guard and wins, which is what I was going down the path of. Like, he's like, oh, I don't know how you were so strong. I was bested by a 12-year-old. It's like, hey, he's more like 50 something now, but you know.
Yeah. Did you get nervous during that fight?
No, I didn't.
Whenever there's like a sparring scene like that, but they're using real weapons, because they were using blades, I get like nervous. I'm like, why couldn't they just use like dull blades?
Interesting.
They could just kill each other, you know?
They could. Do you have a show that happened in that's giving you this traumatic flashback?
Not that I can think of. It's just why don't they do it with dull blades? Or like a lot of times in Naruto, like when in the beginning when they were trying to get the bells from Kakashi, in like the very beginning. I'm talking about.
Yes. Oh,
Like he's like, you have to come at me with the intent to kill me. Like, what if they just did? What if they just killed him?
Killed Kakashi Sensei?
Yeah, I'm like, he's like, come at me with the intent to kill me, or else you're never gonna get the bells. And it's like, what if, something just happens and they fucking killed him? I don't know. I
Oh
always think
my
about that,
God.
and when I see these kind of like sparring matches.
No, that does make a lot of sense. First of all, I don't think they would ever be able to, like, they were barely able to like lay a hand on Kakashi.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an example.
No, it was a good example. It was a good example, but I do hear you.
Yeah.
I think in this show, though, specifically, he can heal himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they weren't really too worried because he whooped that other kid's ass and broke his arm and was like, yeah, it'll heal in like 2 days.
Yeah, it was a clean break. So, like, what is wrong with you, man?
And you're like, what are you doing, bro? Like, this kid obviously like doesn't know anything about anyone, and he like obviously wants to step to you. Okay. But like you're like a 50-year-old dude in like a 12-year-old's body. Like, yeah, you're gonna be able to like mess this kid up.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
he didn't care.
he had to. He had to prove his point, prove his place. One thing we skipped over, I think it was in the very beginning. We see another flashback with the goddess, and she
We
was like,
did.
there was like a samurai or whatever. He was number 362.
Yeah.
So, like we've said before, this is tried and failed a lot. What I don't understand is the concept of time in this show,
Okay.
because it like so there's been 362. Everyone gets reincarnated as a baby, I'm assuming. But then like the samurai guy was old and was still looking for the hero. Like he wasn't a baby anymore. So it's like she can just move around the timeline and just reincarnate another person in the past of this timeline.
Yes. So this brings me into the discussion of the third and fourth dimension, right, Nick? So we live in the third dimension, right? And the fourth dimension is time. Okay. Imagine this mouse right here is time, right? And
Yeah.
this first sliver of the mouse is the beginning of its life, right? And as time goes on, it sees another sliver of itself until it gets to the very middle, right? And it sees, oh, there's the wheel, right? Okay, that must be an important part of my life, right? And then by the end of the mouse's life, right? Our life, it has the entirety, right? But it only sees itself as a sliver each time, right? In the fourth dimension of time, you can see the entirety of the mouse, right? So in the fourth dimension, right? I don't know if this is true or not. In the fourth dimension, those that live in the fourth dimension will be able to see the entirety of time.
Yes, time is linear and irrelevant to the fourth dimension.
Yes, time is an entire thing or object or the ability to access it at any point.
So you brought up a very good point that she is just in a different dimension and can just plot anywhere on time.
Yes. She's a fourth dimensional creature interacting with three-dimensional creatures.
Bro, if we don't clip that and make a TikTok and have it zoom in on your face and like the numbers coming down like Rain Man, we're doing something wrong.
We're never getting any. I don't know where that. I think I did see a TikTok of a dude talking about it with an apple. Maybe I'll put that in the description. You can watch it. It might actually be able to go a little bit better. But
that's great.
She's in the fourth dimension, choosing things in the third dimension. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see now. She can plot anywhere that she wants. So time is irrelevant to her.
Yes.
Cool. Hey, that's a very good description, Damien.
You're welcome.
You should be a teacher.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but for real, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So I don't know if we ever learned what number he is.
I don't think so.
There have been 362 other failed attempts.
Yeah. And I wonder if they're attempting at like all one, like not one time, but like there's multiple attempts happening at one time.
See, that's again where it's confusing. Like she's in the fourth dimension, but he's not. So like the samurai has to exist in the same time that he's there.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So like, or are they all individual timelines?
Yeah. Also multiple realities. I don't know, man.
It's getting weird. Like, we don't know. Like, and they're making it a point to show other failed attempts, and the people are from other timelines. So it has to be important in some context.
So I didn't know why I wrote down this note until now, but we've never seen the hero. Every person that we've seen has never confronted the hero. Is the hero even real?
I don't know. The closest we got to the hero was in this episode when he was like, I think you're the hero. And he gets blown away by flames, right?
Yeah.
But who knows if that was actually the hero?
Right.
And we've never seen a hero. We have no idea who this hero is.
It's gonna be like some like little kid. Some like weird. It's not gonna be like your typical Jack dude. It's gonna be like a weird dude with glasses on or something.
Do you think that the hero will be amongst the merchants?
I don't know.
And that's what we're gonna, because it seems like, how long does he have to do it until he's 18?
I think so, yeah.
He's 18 years to do it or something.
Yeah, and he's 12 now.
Yeah. And he's gonna be a merchant learn to be a merchant for 2 years, and then at 14 he's gonna integrate himself with the noble merchants. So I don't know, maybe, probably not then.
I don't know either. All I know is that I hope they don't really show us a lot of him learning to be a merchant.
Oh my god, I think they're going to do a time skip. I do. They did it. They did it from 12 to 14, like without a second thought, and I think that would be more important, the 12 to 14, or the 10 to 12, than it is 12 to 14.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'm just not interested.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, this is lame.
I mean, it's been pretty good writing so far, so I think you're right.
It's either gonna be No, I don't think. When I said lame, I meant like it would be lame to see the like monotony almost.
Right. But yeah, Tart went with him. She's just at his side the whole time. She's gonna be like the servant to him as he's learning to be a merchant.
I wonder if she'll become a merchant too.
I don't know. I bet she's gonna get real powerful.
You think so?
Like, everything this guy does is calculated. There's a reason why he keeps her at his side.
This is true. And because she's the only one that really had mana, right? And that, but they did make a point to say like, oh, like there's no one with mana around this entire area, but I happen to fall upon a girl that has mana. That's a coincidence.
Right.
I don't know if I trust her fully.
Well, what if it was the goddess who put her there?
Could have been. Like, what if
that's his reasoning?
Oh, like it's something of a lifetime. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Either she's a descendant of, she's either replaced by the goddess, or the hero placed her there, and the hero trained her to be a spy.
Oh man, something ain't right though.
Something is not right. That's something wrong.
Yeah, what you drinking there?
I am drinking. I just bought a bunch of sparkling water from Target. This one is cranberry citrus.
Target sponsor us. It looks good.
It is really good. It's very nice for the holiday season because oranges and cranberries. I got a raspberry hibiscus one, and that's what I got for this week in groceries.
Nice, dude. Speaking of hibiscus, I can't segue.
Damn, I really thought that was gonna be. I thought that was gonna be something. Speaking of hibiscus, did you see the flower petals that came off of Nace when she casually was talking with Metropolitan?
That was good.
There you go.
That was good. Man, I think this show just keeps getting better. That's just me. I don't know how you're feeling about it. I feel like it could go either way at this point, but I still have high hopes for it.
I got to be honest with you. Not that I disagree with you that it's getting good, but it's getting to the point where I'm like, what is going to happen? You know? There's I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, this whole episode was pretty much like Metropolitan Man's super strong.
Yeah.
He's really cunning and he's gonna kill us. So unless we find some other god candidates to like team up with us, that's our only shot. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the whole episode.
Exactly. And we realized that in the beginning of the episode that there are 8 more god candidates left. Metropolitan Man said that. I don't know if he was including himself because he'd be 9, or there was what, how many started? Is it 12, 13?
13, I
13.
think.
And he killed a comedian.
Mhm.
He killed the one trying to fly away, and he killed the girl. So that's 3. And then he's 9. So
He killed both
13.
yellow and blue.
Killed yellow and blue.
Yeah,
But I thought they weren't real. I thought they were. He did. Oh yeah, he killed yellow, blue, the comedian, and the girl.
mm-hmm.
That's 4. And then he would be okay. Yeah. So there's 8 more left, and we know Mariah and Sakura. So that's 6 that we haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm. And then we just met this old dude with cancer.
Yes. And his name is Kanade. And
yes.
No, that's not his name. Kanade is the name of Metropolitan Man.
Yes.
I F that one up. I don't know this dude's name.
I don't remember it either. He told us at the end of the episode, but I don't really remember. Yeah, I'm glad you caught his name on that like little slip of paper.
Oh, Nanato Mukaido. I did write it down. I had to scan through my notes. Nanato Mukaido. So Mukaido, he's a fashion designer.
Yeah, so they're gonna actually watch the intro this time. I typically don't watch it either. And you see Mirai in like, I don't know if you call it a suit, like a mech suit, but he's got like a mask on. Like, they're gonna get some costumes.
Oh yeah, I was like, that's a great loophole right there to get costumes.
Yeah, it just happens to be a costume designer.
Yes, and we realized that Kanade or Kanade or however you pronounce his name is like has like billionaire type evil money.
Yeah,
like dude, evil billionaire money.
What was with the grave and stone of his little sister that he went to visit? Like,
dude, they fucking Walt Disney this little girl, man. They cryogenically froze this girl, and I was like, his big wish is to bring back the dead, right? And I'm like, oh, that's weird that he's just like out here straight killing people, even though he wants to bring people back to life. Oh, because his little sister's dead. That's okay. That means you can just kill a bunch of people. When the stipulations of becoming the god candidate is for karma, not for whoever's left standing. But in his sick, sadistic mind, he probably thinks, well, if you can't judge them, then I'm the only winner, Yep.
And he's got that. His angel is like the angel of knowledge, and some shady stuff went on where she went from like a low rank angel to like the top rank angel, and nobody really knows how. So it's like
her Barrette is the fashion designer's angel, and that's the angel of knowledge.
Okay, well,
Kanade is the angel of greed.
Yeah, and she went from like a
nobody
rank to a top rank angel, and they were like, yeah, nobody really knows how it happened. So like, she's shady, he's shady. It's just a bad combo.
They're all shady, man. They're all shady, and it's almost just like they couldn't have given it to a better character duo, the angel of greed and the evil billionaire son, who has his sister cryogenically frozen in some sort of vault, just waiting for her to be resurrected someday.
Yeah.
If you become the god candidate, can't you just resurrect her anyway? Do you really need to keep her body frozen in a vault?
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, Kanade is a lot more interesting than Mirai.
Oh my God, for sure. Mariah is such a turd. That's why in the beginning, when we started talking about Platinum, I was like, I don't know what to think because nothing's happening, because Mariah's like, I don't know if I should fight him yet. It's like, bro, you're going to die if you don't fight him. So either you die or you fight him. Like, you need to just buck up. But like, you're right. Kanade is so much more interesting.
Yeah, he is. I had a point I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, they asked the new guy, again, bad with names, whatever. asks Mirai, like, do you want to be a god candidate? He asked both of them, and they're both like, no, which was like his test. So like, yeah, what happens if they win and they don't want to be the god candidate? And also, what happens if they lose and they're not god? Do they just die?
Yeah, I think they just die.
Okay.
I think in the first episode they showed who God was prior to his exit,
Mhm.
and like he low key looked kind of depressed.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really know. Like, is it just a depressed God every single time? You know, I have no idea.
Yeah, it comes in all bright eyed and bushy tailed, but then has to see and hear everyone's problems all the time, just like Bruce Almighty, and it goes crazy.
Before you know it, you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I got to get out of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But the end of the episode, Kanade gives, so he has like this weird motivation to see. I don't really even know what his motivation is, but he gives his wings and an arrow to a red arrow to a serial killer, just a random non-god candidate serial killer,
Mm.
which breaks out of prison and starts killing kids again.
Mm-hmm.
Which he explained his motivation, but I don't really remember what it was. It was like something about like I can't tell people to murder other people, but like if I give them the ability to murder other people, will they do it? I don't. It was something weird like that.
Yeah, I think he has this weird. I almost like did not talk about this. I can't believe that because it did happen at the end and it was super weird. It was just like, is that person a god candidate or did he give them the means to be a god candidate? And I think to what you're saying is that he kind of feels like he's God already, and he kind of like granted this power to this individual in prison to see what they would do. He's like running experiments on humans to see kind of like what they'll want to get away with the stipulations that they have, you know? And then what happens? It just Metropolitan Man comes down and kills the dude. He gains karma back because he killed that girl in the stadium. And there you go. He's back to being a hero again. So it's like he can't really lose in that situation.
Right. Yeah, good point. This dude is smart.
He is smart. He's like billionaire evil Batman smart.
Yeah, he really is. He got all the toys and tech too.
And we have like stinking Mirai who can't do anything. He's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. It's like, bro, you don't have a choice. You have to do it.
Yeah. Or you dead.
Go make good television. Go.
Entertain us.
Entertain us, fool. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I don't know where it's going, man. I'm excited to see where it goes, but it's going slow. I'll just say that much.
It is 24 episodes. We have to keep that in mind. So while it may feel a little slow, it's not like it's in 12 episodes and we're like almost halfway through. Like we do have a lot more left to go.
Yeah. Yeah. We got two more.
We do.
Which one you want to do?
Let's do Blue Period.
Yeah, save 86 for last.
Yeah.
So
this was a transformative episode, Nick.
It was. He discovered a lot about himself this episode and about how he can create better art.
And his ability to create better art comes off of his adaptability and not making everything based off what he sees.
Yes, he has to paint with his emotions and something that means something to him. And when he's having fun, he paints better.
Or so he thinks.
Yeah. He's so hard on himself.
He really is.
Like he was like smacking himself in the face. He's like, stop stalling. You can do this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so to self-harm in the event of motivation, I think is a poor coping mechanism for motivation.
Yeah.
And it's just the lack of self-compassion that he has for himself is very staggering.
Yeah, but when he actually painted something with like his emotion, his that came from within him, and people were praising it, like he's never been so happy in the show. Like he was blushing the whole time. He had to go to the bathroom and splash his face with water because he actually created something for the first time.
Yes, which is nice in the moment, right? Everyone's praising you, but if you rely solely on praise from others, to get your validation, there's a flip side to that where those same people may never validate you ever again. And even worse, they could devalue you as a person. And that's where your feelings of validation come from. You'll be in the shitter real quick.
You will. Yeah, this thing indirectly talks about some real life stuff.
It does. It really, really does. And that's why I just love this show so much. Like, yes, it's about painting, but it's so much more. It's like they kind of said it in the show, like the composition is the tool, not the message. And the show in itself, we can think of as the composition. And the show is the tool, not the message,
Yes.
Like it's not just about painting, it's about the messages underlying.
It's about life.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the blue period.
It's about the blue period. And I think that this is not like I don't think is any better show for those who are in your questioning years of your 20s, which everyone in their 20s inevitably goes through.
Yes.
If you haven't yet, it's coming soon. And if you already have done it, let me know how it went. Because Nick and I very would like to know. But Yaguchi, he really is figuring out the core bits of who he is as a person, and he's doing that through his art.
And it's a fun story to follow. Dude, I know I've said this before, but like I've had this art teacher before.
Oh yeah, you have
exactly like the things that she was saying to him about like just like there's no failure in art, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like I'm just like the way that she speaks, her tone of voice, I'm like, you were my art teacher.
It must have been amazing to have an art teacher that spoke to you with such kindness, though,
Yeah, she was the best. She's just the best teacher.
Like I would have, it's crazy to me. I like look back into like the years that I had for teachers, and like I don't think I had like one good teacher in elementary school. Mm-hmm. And like I had a few good teachers throughout middle and high school, but none that were like overtly like kind and caring and compassionate.
Yeah, I found myself spending a lot of time like in the art studio, like one because I enjoyed it, but two, mm-hmm. like it was such a nice place to hang out.
Yeah.
Because there's always music on. Like that's where I really first heard like a lot of Rise Against songs, a lot of Beatles songs, because it was just always on, and you could just go, like, even if she had a class going on, you could just come in and like hang out, and she was like totally cool with it.
Really?
Yeah, she was just the coolest.
Is she still working at your old high school?
I don't know. It's been a while, man. She was getting up there.
Oh, okay. Who knows? She might still be around. It's been a long time. It's been about 10 years, so
it's wild.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. It'd be weird. It's a little weird.
But at the very end of the episode, we see the little kid again. Can't remember his name. It's not Oba. Oba's the teacher. The little black-haired kid who's
the
like
little douchebag kid.
Yeah, he calls him up and it's like we need to hang out or whatever.
Oh yeah, he's finally wanting to come around and being his friend. Like, oh, I finally see that I need help.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where that goes because I think he's an interesting character. That kid, can't remember his name.
They're all they like Ryu.
Yeah,
I want to know more about this character.
Yeah,
they are the most interesting character for me right now.
Yeah, when he went into paint and they were there, and it was just like you could tell something was wrong, and then they just switched right to, oh, it's about, we got snow today.
Yeah,
like, deflection, hiding your emotions.
Mm-hmm. And Yaguchi's like, you can emotionally dump you. I can be your trash can. Like the fact that it was set up to be an emotional dump. And the character Ryu just totally switched, like you said, deflected and went to a different direction. Like we do that, like humans do that all the time, and to like see the actual, I don't know, like human trait occur right in front of you instead of it just being like, Yaguchi, like, whatever, like like, and it's like a huge dump of like exposition. Like we hear everything that's happening. Like we still, the fact that they did not explain what happened made it so much better.
It show is a piece of life, slice of life.
It is. Slice of life sometimes don't have so much meaning though.
Yeah.
Like oftentimes slice of lives are just that. They're just a slice of life. But this show is a slice of life, but a slice of real life. Maybe that's what it is. A slice of real life, Nick.
That's a good way to put it.
One of the last things I wanted to touch upon with Blue Period was that when I try to look this up, but there's a chart online that pretty much goes like someone business school made it, but it's apparently like it kind of plots your ability to do something, and it starts with like a lot of interest, and then it goes with like you are doing it a lot and you're just doing it really poorly, but you have no idea, and then you're doing it a lot, you're doing it very poorly, but you know you're doing it poorly. And then when you get over that hump of doing it a lot, but doing it poorly and knowingly doing it poorly, you end up start doing it really well. Mm-hmm. And it's a hump that you have to get over. And this is with anything, you know, with painting, with sports, with video games. Like there's like the fun and fresh and new, and you have no idea what you're doing and everything is cool. And then you start learning, oh my God, like this is so difficult and I'm doing it and it's so fucking hard and I can't do it. But if you can get over the hump of knowing that you're bad and you can get to the being good, it's like you're surpassing pretty much everyone else. I wish I could find what this chart looks like. I can't explain it. Damn.
Yeah. I've seen what you're talking about though. And it applies to everything, anything in life.
It does. And I try to like, I think we saw it in school in one of our classes. Here it is. Interesting chart. Maybe that's what it is. Yes. So you have at the bottom. I found it. Oh, I was quick. I'm so fast. Mom. Okay. Start at the bottom is clueless. You don't know what you don't know. And then you go up, and then you're naively confident. You think you know, but you still don't know what you don't know. So you go from clueless to naively confident, and then you drop down to discouragingly realistic. Mm-hmm. And then you know what you don't know. When you get to that drop, right? You're dropping down. That's when it feels like it's time to fail, but don't stop. Just continue going, because eventually when you bottom out, you start clicking up like a roller coaster, and you start knowing more and more and more and more. And then you surpass what you were when you were naively confident. And then you start to enter into that like mastery of the, whatever subject that is.
I needed to hear that today, Damien. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
That was a motivational speech.
Absolutely.
And you're right. You can apply that to anything in life, any skill, any whatever it is. And he's in the downward phase right now. I think like he's aware of what he needs to do. I kind of think that that's what this episode was. He used to be like naive about what it is he needed to do, and he was just practicing his skills and his tools. And he finally clicked in this episode. Like, it's not about skills and the tools, it's about creating. And like, he's in that gully right now.
He is. And I'm so excited to see him climb out of this gully.
Yeah, there's going to be like a finale piece that he does at the end of the show, and I'm really excited to see what it is.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. Dude, we've been going, man. We got one more.
We have one more like show to talk about.
And that is
86, Nick.
Dude, I mean, my like one note for this episode. So like a lot was discussed this episode. Not a lot happens.
Yes.
My one note was, as soon as that commander dude was like, we're gonna need ground troops to go in and defeat this railgun because we can't We can't reach it with our ballistic missiles. We're like, you know who it's going to be.
Oh yeah. You know exactly who they're going to call, and it ain't the Ghostbusters. It's the 86, because they're the only ones that are capable and expendable to those around them to go into these types of situations. The first thing I thought of when I watched that was, wow, the 86 really somewhat through their own means have ended up in the same situation that they've always been in.
Yep.
They themselves wanted to go into the special corps and go back onto the battlefield, but almost through the doings of the commanding officers above them, because when you're a part of the army or any sort of military, you are an asset of that country and of that military. You do what you're told. And they kind of fell back into the same, almost like routine, just a huge bummer. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, here it was by their own choice. Like they could have got out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're still is it the Untouchables? Is kind of what they are.
Still the Untouchables.
Yeah. I mean, it was through like sheer racism within the Republic.
Yeah.
But here it was by their own doing, like you said.
Oh yeah. And it was just so, I don't know, like like I felt so bad that they were the ones that have to be propped up to do this, but the way that Shin looks, it's almost like as if he knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah. He always looks like he's ready to die.
Always does he look like he's ready to just go at any moment.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing with the 86, like that whole core. That's why they can fight so well, because they have accepted death. But like, he's almost like he's looking for it.
He's been gunning, literally, no pun intended. No pun intended. That he is looking to die. Like he just has that vibe to him. Like even after he definitely killed his brother, ever since then he's been like, all right, I'm just done.
Yeah, he fulfilled his purpose, and we saw those flashbacks of like the people who died before him, and that he had to take their life so they didn't turn into Legion. And he was like, why am I always the one left behind?
Yeah.
Not is why am I the one that survives? It's I'm still here. I'm left behind. They've moved on in death. Heavy shit.
Heavy shit, man. And like we've seen like his past squad members in his flashback, right? We also saw Lena. And like, is Lena dead?
No, she ain't dead. There's no way. Although the beginning of the episode kind of makes you think that she is. Like,
and what about the flashback though? Or where he sees her like they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
And he says, then he's like, he says, I'm left behind always when she walks past him. And then she says something, and then he says to her that I wanted you to live longer than me.
Could you imagine?
I think she's dead, bro.
I mean, they like the Legion like full on attacked the Republic. And like the very beginning episode, it didn't look good.
No.
It did not look good. And there was that weird, like there was when they were sitting at the table and somebody mentioned Lena, and then they all like looked at Shin and they're like, does he know? Or does he remember? It was something along those lines. And like it got all awkward and Shin's like, what? Like, what if she is?
I think she is. I think he heard her voice.
Cool.
I think she's in a Legion bot, bro.
Damn, what a twist.
But we never saw. It's weird because we didn't see her that much, and we never saw her die, and we never saw like her squadron like try to like come and save her, though.
Yeah. Well, we know that this show does a lot of parallel storylines where like they're doing their thing right now, and she's doing her thing, and we just don't see it, and it will flash back or skip to her storyline, and be the same amount of like the same timeline. It's just her point of view. Like they've done that a lot before.
They have done that. So do you think we'll see like her point of view prior to the attack from the Legion or as they're attacking?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Man, that would suck.
That would suck a lot, bro. Oh God, that would suck.
I think you might be right, though. I don't. I refuse to accept it. They have to meet.
I think no. I think she's dead. I'm gonna say dead. You can say meat. Well, we can bet.
What if they meet as Legion?
Oh, that would be fucking foul, bro. If that's how they meet, I'm dropping this show immediately after that.
And it could happen.
I'm throwing hands. I'm not letting that happen.
It will get a harsh review on my anime list.
They ain't getting shit from me.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, not a lot happened. We learned a lot. 86 are still kind of in the shithole, even at the new place. Everybody hates the Republic. Apparently, they're just like cowards and nobody respects them. Also learned that, which is great. I like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think next episode is gonna be dope if they're actually doing this operation when they're going through the railgun. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna kind of be it for this show. I think this railgun mission is gonna be it. Yeah.
Wow.
I think this is gonna be like their final mission.
Wow.
And then that'll be it for 86. I think 24 episodes is gonna be it. We're halfway through. I think this railgun is going to be, I mean, it's going to be the conclusion of the story, actually. Because if Lena's dead, which I think she is, like it's going to be defeat this thing. They all die. They defeat it, and they end the war. And the 86 is the reason why the war ends. Lena's dead. They're dead, and that's just kind of how it goes. And that's how war is, And
that's a story we've kind of seen before.
Yeah. And I think kind of like, unfortunately, this one won't have a happy ending. I don't think.
There's been no happy in this show.
No.
Like ever.
No, there hasn't been any happiness. And I don't think that there will be. And I don't think just because there hasn't been, they'll throw it in as like a last ditch attempt. I think that's it, man. It's really unfortunate.
I don't want to accept that, but only time will tell, I guess.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, speaking of things we've seen before.
Oh, yes.
You got any updates for me?
Nick, I have some updates for you. I finished the Naruto arc to get Sasuke back. I did not tell you because I wanted to just have a raw conversation. Because usually what happens, everyone, is that as I'm watching things, I'll have like little comments to Nick about what's going on as the show kind of goes. But yeah, so the last thing that I talked about was I just watched the episode For a Friend, which is episode 132. Essentially what had happened was that Naruto finally caught up with Sasuke and that they were starting to fight. And essentially, I guess I was somewhat right about what was going to happen. Because I just did not feel that 3 episodes, especially in the Naruto timeline, was not going to be enough to resolve this whole Sasuke becoming somewhat evil thing. Just because he was just so much. The story was being set up for so much more than just a quick resolution, I think. And that's kind of what happened. So Naruto went into his little Nine-Tail Fox action, and Sasuke kind of beat the dog shit out of him. And then the Nine-Tail Fox was like, damn, do I really got to save you? Because you're going to have to owe me something. And then like he kind of brought Naruto back and gave him the power of the Nine-Tail Fox. And Naruto was kind of like real foxy like. But then Sasuke kind of went into his demon form that we saw a lot of the other sound people go into, Sound 5. And he has hand wings, which I thought was really interesting. And all the while, before they start to gear up for like their little final fight, is that Kakashi is trying to get after them to stop them from fighting, but he's ultimately unable to do so. Because what happens is that Naruto and Sasuke fight. Sasuke's throwing a Chidori and Naruto's throwing a Rasengan. And I noticed that Naruto didn't need a shadow clone to create the Rasengan.
Mm-hmm.
He did it all by himself when he was in the Fox form.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool to see him, like how powerful he was. I still don't think Naruto's really that powerful as a character. I just don't, I'm just not getting that. Like, it was embarrassing for him to get smacked by Sasuke and like he got knocked out. And then Sasuke ran away.
All right. So conflicting point of view. You don't think that match was even?
No.
So
I think Sasuke was like playing with him almost like a plaything.
So when they do their thing where they're like Chidori and Rasengan, they come together.
Yeah.
At this like moment where it's like time kind of stays still, and you see Sasuke like plunge his arm into Naruto's stomach essentially.
Yeah.
And then Naruto just scratches his headband.
Yes.
Like, you don't think that Naruto didn't want to actually hurt Sasuke? And then that was an even fight. And
that originally that's why I thought it wasn't even, because Sasuke was able to hurt him so badly and all Naruto was able to do was to scratch his headband. So what you're saying to me is that Naruto is actually holding himself back from hurting Sasuke? He could have taken his whole head off if he wanted to.
I mean, it's up for debate. There's no real answer. I personally think that like they both could have done the same thing to each other at that point, but Naruto chose to scratch his headband instead
because that's what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he did say that before, like the last fight that they had. He's like, put your headband on when you fight, so we fight as equals.
Mm-hmm. It's like, you won't lay a finger on my forehead or whatever, and Naruto did.
Interesting. That does sound like a douchebag, like a funny trolley thing that Naruto would do.
Yeah,
but
like I said, there's no answer. It's it's up for debate. That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
But wasn't that fight fucking awesome?
It was amazing. Like the art changed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm in an alternate dimension right now. Like, this art is so different than what it normally is, but it needed to be different because of how fast paced and wild and crazy it was, especially for 2005. Like, we're talking 16 years ago this aired. Like, it looks really, really good for 2005, man.
Mm-hmm. The scene where like Naruto gets hit under the water and he just makes a bunch of clones and is throwing clones up at Sasuke. This is the coolest thing ever.
It was awesome. And it ultimately ended with, now you got me thinking about him scratching the goddamn head. I'm thinking here that he's just like, initially I thought Sasuke was stronger than Naruto, but now I'm sitting here thinking maybe Naruto's actually stronger, and he just was like playing with Sasuke or didn't want to hurt him because he felt bad because he's such a good friend. Because when Kakashi picked him up, he said something about Naruto having a pure heart and being a good friend. And like those two men. Oh, sorry.
It's up for interpretation. You can take it however you want. That's how I took it when I
now I don't know how to take it. That's the issue. Damn.
Yeah, it was an epic fight though. Yeah, I like that fight gets referenced all the time.
Does it?
Show. Yeah.
So that kind of that's where it leads me to now. So I thought that Sasuke was gonna head off and become evil, and I'm kind of seeing that like Jiraiya was pretty much to Naruto like, hey, I want to teach you how to be a shinobi for the next 3 years, because guess what, Sasuke ain't shit now because the Atsuki are after you, or Akatsuki are after you now. And guess what, them are some bad motherfuckers, and you're gonna be a lot more worried about them than you are with whatever hand flappy boy has got going on, Mm-hmm. And so that's why I'm like, okay, these guys have to be the overarching villains of the entire show, the Akatsuki, because they were even talking about killing Orochimaru, and I'm like, damn, bro, like that's wild. Like, you're gonna kill Orochimaru? Like, he's a Sannin and he's like pretty wildly strong. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting a vibe that like the time skip is to prepare for the Akatsuki. But Sasuke is off with Orochimaru. So obviously all this filler, because I'm in filler right now. So I'm in the episode of Pure Betrayal and a Fleeting Plea, so 138. So I haven't made it to Sakura's Determination yet, which is mixed canon and filler. And then it's after that, it's like 70 episodes of filler, and then it's Departure.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's going to be all filler because like they're with Jiraiya right now trying to find the Sound Village, and that's all filler. Like we know that. And then it's Departure. So like Sasuke is going to spend 3 years with Orochimaru learning how to be an evil sound ninja, you know, and Sasuke is going to spend 3 years with Jiraiya. I can only assume that Sakura is going to spend 3 years with Tsunade. That kind of just makes a lot of sense, you know? So, because she's going to have to be able to be just as strong to be in Squad 7 with them, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm imagining everyone else is going to have to train super hard for this time skip as well. And I'm going to guess that Shippuden is going to hit hit the ground running, because 3-year time skip is Orochimaru is ready to reincarnate into the next body, which is Sasuke. So it's going to be like, hey, guess what? Departure episode, boom. Okay, now we're fighting Orochimaru. Sasuke's back. Like, because I will say this, the entire time I know he's bluffing. He's using Orochimaru to figure out how to become stronger. He's going to fight the darkness within him. And he's only doing this so he can fight the Akatsuki, which I'm guessing is his brother.
So I'm not going to answer. I'll say that. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty spot on with Shippuden.
Yeah,
it comes in hot. The Akatsuki are some of the coolest characters in the show.
Dude, they were in the like cave area, and they all were like shadows of who they were, and I'm like, oh, dude, I want to know every single one of those so bad. Like, they gotta be so cool and strong. Like, I didn't know that people wearing the Cloud John was Akatsuki, and that's evil. Like, I saw so many people on Halloween wearing like the Akatsuki robes.
Yeah, because they're so cool.
Yeah, and I saw a dude this weekend working at the coffee shop. He had an Akatsuki, like he had a hat with the Akatsuki symbol on it.
Yeah, the cloud.
Yeah,
it's cool.
You don't see anyone walking around with the leaf in the Hidden Villages symbol on. You know, it's always the cloud.
Yeah, because that's for children. Akatsuki are cool.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to see those guys then.
Yeah, you'll appreciate it.
I'm like really excited. I just, I got to rip through the filler though, and I want to do it by the end of the year. That's my goal.
It's a lot, but
15 minutes per episode. Skip the intro, skip the ending. 15 minutes an episode. Bang this John out for an hour.
Do you watch the intros? You gotta watch each one at least once, because there's a bunch of intros, because they're awesome.
Oh, I definitely do. My thing's broken. I definitely do watch each intro in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I know my girlfriend's gonna make me watch the Bluebird one whenever that comes up, because that's her favorite.
There's some really cool ones. I can see them in my head now, because they have such an impact on me.
You have to tell me which ones, so I make sure not to skip them.
Watch all, like, anytime you get a new intro, watch it at least once.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah, you got a bunch.
There are a lot.
Dude, power through.
I am. I'm ripping through. I just cannot wait to get to Shippuden. I want to rip through this filler as fast as I possibly can.
Good. Oh, I can't wait for you to get there.
Same.
All right, man.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to our 50th episode. This is the Aki Culture Club. We're your two wannabe weebs, where we detail the season's newest shows and sometimes an analysis of old favorites. You can find us at akiculture.club or at Aki Culture Club on social media.
That's it. There's only one way to end it.
Peace out.
See you.